Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to today's FranTarkenton.com Google Hangout. We're thrilled that you can join us. Joining me, as always, Harry, the engineer. You see him down there in the bottom right-hand corner.
Hello.
And, of course, Hall of Fame quarterback, Mr. Fran Tarkenton. And Fran is a Hall of Fame quarterback, but hopefully I'm not overstepping my bounds here, Fran, an entrepreneurial icon as well. So we have a
I like that icon.
Absolutely, why not, right? But
Yes.
he is phenomenal at what he does, and we have a great program planned for you today focused on the 3 business myths that may be holding you back in your business. Also, be sure to stick around to the very end of this Google Hangout because we're going to announce the winner of our signed 8x10 by Fran Tarkenton as well. So we have specific giveaways each and every single month on FranTarkenton.com. That happens to be this month's giveaway, so stick around to the end. But Fran, as I always say, let's just jump right into it.
Okay.
Folks, if you haven't seen the article that Fran had sent out this week, you'll probably see it right there on the right-hand side of your screen to download. It was a great piece that focused on these 3 business myths. But Fran, let's just jump right into myth number 1. You're talking about the power of positive thinking, saying people need to have a positive attitude, and people say, well, if I have a positive attitude, good things will happen. But you're saying that's a myth. So are you saying that I don't need to have a positive attitude? What's going on here?
Well, it is a myth. We all like to be positive. I want to be positive. I'm an upbeat, positive guy. But, you know, I called up a guy a few months ago, and he's one of those positive guys. I said, how you doing? Oh, I'm doing super great. Everything is great. Got that. I said, what's great? And he says to me, he was stumped. He didn't know. Because we all think that, you know, as long as we think positive and we're upbeat and everything is great, everything will turn out great. That's a myth. The guy that started this whole deal of the power of positive thinking was a great minister in New York. He was a Presbyterian minister on Fifth Avenue, the great church there. He was an author, icon of his time, Norman Vincent Peale. Google him up. And he wrote a book, The Power of Positive Thinking. Now, he got more in depth of what that really meant than most people do. But I think that it's more important, you know, if you're just positive, you're going to overlook what's really going on. In life and in business, we want to deal with reality. Bad news does not get better with age. Most of us, oh, don't tell me that. I don't want to hear that. I want to hear good news and good stuff. Well, it's not all good news. You know, how many times, it's a life experience. Every one of you listen to, that's on this Google Hangout, and myself included. When I think everything is going great and everything is great, somebody comes and hits me right in the mouth. Bloodies my mouth, bloodies my nose, knocks me down. I said, where did that come from? Not only in sports, but in life and in business. And I want to get up every morning, and I have a little edge. I want to be thinking of everything that possibly could go wrong, things that I want to do, things that I want to accomplish. What are the pitfalls? When I was a quarterback, I was looking at, you know, all the defenses and what's the worst thing they could do. If they're going to have a full-out blitz and blitz all 3 linebackers and 4 defensive linemen, I had to be prepared. What am I going to do? How am I going to handle that? And if I just think, oh, it's, you know, it's all positive, no, they probably won't tackle me too hard. Well, they tackled me hard. Business is no different. We've got to wake up every morning with a little edge, a little sense of desperation. And when you have that, you're going to be more aware. You're going to look and see and hear and what's going on and what's happening. And then when it does happen, you're prepared. And that's what's important. You've got to look and deal with reality. And when you deal with reality and you prepare and you have your hands in the soil and you're thinking and you're looking and you're listening and you're asking questions, then you have a much better chance of making your business work. You have a much better chance of making your life work. Now, does that mean you want to go around as a grump and just be negative? No, it does not. I didn't talk about negativity. I talked about reality. I talked about preparation. And that is so important in whatever business you're in. It's important for your life to be able to look at the reality and then deal with it and think through it. Again, remember this quote: bad news does not get better with age. And you want to see it, you want to hear it, you want to feel it, you want to be able, in that way you will look at it and deal with it and solve the problem. And that's what I want to do every day. I encourage you to get up in the morning with a little edge, a little sense of desperation, and ask questions and know what's going on.
I'm glad you cleared that up. I'd hate to have a bunch of grumpy entrepreneurs out there. And let's just go right to myth number 2, and this is the one I really get a kick out of. You talk about having new and original ideas.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people, they feel like they have to have these new and original ideas or creative epiphanies, be they what they may be, in order to have great success or start a business or grow a business. But what say you?
That is just not true. That epiphany doesn't work. I'll share this with you. For me, I don't think I have ever had an original thought. Everything I've learned is from other people, from what I read, what I hear, what I see. And we all have self-doubt, don't we? And, we don't like the way we look, or our hair's not right, our facial expressions are not right, our bodies are not right. We're all critical of ourselves. And we all think, well, we're not creative enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not smart as Mary Sue and Billy Bob. And it's not about that. There are no original thoughts out there. In your business, you're not going to create something that's never been done before. It's all been done before. What we want to do is create it, not create it, but go see what's been done and know what we can do and what we like to do, and how can we create a better customer experience for our people. How can we make it better? And that's what it's all about. We're not going to come out with some gee whiz great new thing. Steve Jobs came out with a PC, and all of a sudden everybody else had a PC. I mean, if you have an edge here somewhere that you happen to come out with something early on in the early stages, and it works, then you're going to have 8 zillion other people going to be right in there anyway. Sam Walton started Walmart, when he was 50 years old. Were there other stores out there like J.C. Penney, Montgomery Ward, Sears, Roebuck, all over the place? He had to have a different approach. He was going to have products that were lower priced. He was going to have a better customer service. He was going to have minimalistic buildings and cut costs in his building programs, make it comfortable but not opulent. He had a different approach, and he had a obsession about customer service, taking care of customers, making sure they were treated kindly and well, and they had great value. Same products, different approach.
Gotcha. And myth number 3 is also just a terrific one, and I'm excited to hear what you have to say about this. But the mission in business is to create a profit. So are you saying I should look to not make a profit? I mean, what's the deal here?
Well, the myth, I think, is that most people going to business, I want to get rich. I want to be like those .com guys. I want to make billions of dollars and hundred millions of dollars. I want to have my own private plane. I want to live the American dream and all that stuff. Here is the mission of business. The mission of business is to help people. The mission of life is to help people. The mission of a quarterback is to make my teammates better. Yeah, to make mine. So that means I've got to engage my teammates, and I've got to talk to my teammates, and I got to be part of the team. I got to give them a voice, and we together corroborate, and we come out with a better deal. The mission of business, if it's to help people, you're going to tell people the truth. You're going to be transparent. You're going to be trustworthy. Trust, huh? Interesting thing. And if you do that, you have a sustainable business. And the byproduct of that is you will make money, a lot of money, because people are going to want to do business with you because they trust you, trust you, because you do what you say you're going to do. You tell them the truth. You're there to help them, not to sell them, not to try to put the big sales clothes on those people, or to sell them something that they don't want. Or if they need one of them, you try to sell them 10 of them. You don't do that. Now, and the byproduct of that is you're going to have customers who want to deal with you because people do business with people that they trust. Now, if your mission is to make money, that's up front, then you'll compromise your principles. Don't we see that on Wall Street all the time? We see, how do people become billionaires on Wall Street? Selling and buying stocks. They become billionaires on Wall Street because many of them cheat. Only a fraction get caught. It's called insider trading, and it happens at the highest levels of business. I'll tell you, Goldman Sachs, the crown jewel of investment banking firms on Wall Street, and they had a guy that was the chairman of the board of McKinsey and Company, which is the crown jewel of consulting firms. And at that board meeting, they were told, this is during the financial crisis of a few years ago, that Warren Buffett was going to inject $5 billion of new capital into Goldman Sachs. And when this guy who was on the board and the chairman of McKinsey Company, he called one of his friends, another stockbroker, and told him, go buy some stock in Goldman Sachs right now before the market closes, because tomorrow they're going to announce this injection and it'll make the stock go up. And guess what happened? The insider trading, they bought the stock, and the stock went up, and they made not hundred but millions upon millions of dollars. But his conversation was recorded, and they got him. This is the elite of Wall Street. This goes on, and that's not the people that you want to be. That's not the people that are going to make ongoing success. And that's why your mission has not got to be wealthy, wealthy, wealthy. I want to sell anything that I can sell to someone, whether they need it or not. But the mission is to tell the truth. The mission is to have products and services that solve problems. The mission is to great customer service. The mission is to build trust, build relationships. If that is at the forefront of what you're doing, whatever your product is, you have a great chance of being successful. And that's also, you'll feel a lot better about yourself. But it's critical to success in business.
I love it. I love it. And folks, we want you to interact with us here at frantarkenton.com. We want you to ask questions, submit your questions, and you can do that by emailing them in to fran@frantarkenton.com. You can email them there. You can go ahead and tweet your questions by using the hashtag AskFran on Twitter. You can also visit us on Facebook, or very simply, you can log into your frantarkenton.com account and click on Ask a Question. And we'll go ahead and use those questions to build the content that we share on these Google Hangouts, and also we'll have Fran go ahead and answer them for us. As I'm about to ask you, Fran, we've got a couple great questions here. The first is, why are traditional thinkers so hesitant to try something new?
Well, you've got to define, Christopher, traditional thinking for me.
Okay, I would say a traditional thinker is probably somebody who's stuck in their ways, somebody who's done business the same way year after year, gets new customers the same way year after year, uses the same computer and programs and phone systems year after year, Fran.
And that person's going to die. We see it every day. With all the great stuff going on in technology in this country, medical technology, the Googles and Apples and so forth, we got just as many big and small companies that are not changing. You've got to reinvent yourself every day. You've got to get smarter every day. And the way you can get smarter every day is to go ask a lot of questions, to be curious and so forth. If you're just doing the same old thing the same old way, you're going to be out of business. Eastman Kodak is yesterday's story. Montgomery Ward is out of business. Sears Roebuck is close to out of business. J.C. Penney is irrelevant. Then you have the big box stores of Staples and used to be Office Max, Office Depot. They're having a horrible time trying to reinvent themselves to be relevant. Great companies like IBM. IBM has been around for 90 years maybe. I don't know, maybe 100 years. They've had to reinvent themselves at least 5 or 6 times. and now they're stuck again because they've got to reinvent themselves again. The Coca-Cola Company here in Atlanta, Georgia, I used to be on the board of Coca-Cola Enterprises, and Coca-Cola Company right now, they're 90, 100 years old also, and their main product is sugared water, not good for you, and diet drinks, not good for you. They have not transitioned to something else, and they're having a hard time trying to reinvent themselves. As a business person, you know, you've got to push the envelope. You got to be disruptive. How can I improve what we're doing? How can I solve problems better? How can I give better customer service? How can I make my product offerings better? How can I make them more convenient to get to? That's what wins ongoing. If you're just stuck in where you are and what you're doing and say, I've got it all figured out, whenever I've thought I had it figured out, I didn't have it figured out. And the fun of business is to be thinking every day and reinventing yourself every day and being more relevant and focused on your customer and how you can help them, which means you got to talk to your customer and ask questions.
Absolutely. And Henry, that was an awesome question that you submitted. Henry DiBianchi, appreciate the question. Fran, thanks for the answer. I got one more quick question for you here. It's from Larry on Facebook. He asks, I've always heard that the main thing that drives a person to do business with you is price, particularly a low price. Can you price a product higher than your competition and still be successful?
Well, we like value. We've got to give value. We've got to give the best price we can get. Walmart came into a merchandising business. It was thousands of years old, and reinvented it by going out and giving lower prices and great service. Mr. Sam was a great friend of mine, Sam Walton, the founder of Walmart, and I said, Mr. Sam, did you ever make any errors in this? He said, yeah, I knew people wanted low prices, but they wanted branded products. They didn't want brand X. So it's a matter of a combination of making the value is what you want. Give them a value. Make sure if you can make it on a 10% margin or 5% margin, then make it on a 5 or 10% margin. Give value, give quality, give great customer service. All of it comes in. Just having a lower price without the good customer service and without the product quality, you're going to lose in that game.
Absolutely. And I also think about Starbucks and Chick-fil-A and organizations like that. They have products where you're typically paying more, but the service and the quality is higher than their competitors.
Starbucks is a great thing. And what he's done is he's been continually reinventing himself in the store, the products and added teas and other types of products, and now they're serving wine. But he gets a premium price for everything he does, and I pay it because his coffee is just better than anybody else's coffee. And I like to sit in his places and have coffee and have chats, and it's a phenom, and it has nothing to do with price. It has something to do with quality and taste and service.
Absolutely. And this is all great information, and folks, we appreciate you joining us. And I want to go ahead and take a quick minute, Fran, and just announce the winner of our 8x10 photo for the month, and that's Steve Engstrand. Hopefully I didn't butcher your name, Steve. Steven Engstrand will be emailing you to get you your autographed 8x10 photo of Fran. But here at frantarkenton.com, folks, we are building the largest entrepreneurial team out there, folks that are trying to help other people and benefit from everybody's knowledge. So we want you to engage with us. We want you to ask questions so that we can go ahead and build our Google Hangouts around that. We do 2 Google Hangouts a month, but if we're getting a lot of questions or there's timely questions, we'll do 3. We want to make sure that we're bringing you the best knowledge from the best people out there, and I can't think of a better person to bring it to you than Hall of Fame quarterback, and like I said, entrepreneurial icon, Fran Tarkenton. And folks, if you haven't joined frantarkenton.com yet, go to frantarkenton.com, register, enroll. You'll be able to tap into all of the great information and all of the great giveaways that we have there. And folks, we're trying to build this. Teams win, individuals don't. So make sure you tell your friends, your family, your neighbors, fellow like-minded entrepreneurs and individuals, because we want to build this thing for the benefit of you. Fran, any closing thoughts?
Well, this is Team Tarkenton. I'm your teammate. I'm your partner. And we're going to have hundreds of thousands of entrepreneurs that are out there starting companies and running small businesses, and we're going to exchange ideas. We're going to work at a warp speed. We're going to make you smarter. We're going to bring you the best thinking, the best ideas, the best education, and the things we've got planned right now that we'll be rolling out in the next weeks and months will just blow you away. The thing we want. We believe in relationships. We believe in bonding. We believe in what you're doing. The entrepreneurial story of America is unbelievable. It's the best time to be that, and we're going to be center place right here, and we're going to help you make your business work better. And thank you for joining us, and thank you for being part of our team.
And folks, we look forward to joining you in the next few weeks on our next Google Hangout, and make sure you engage with us right here at frantarkenton.com. Thanks again, everybody.